I guess just
Thank you, everybody.
watching film and aftermath, retrospect. How did Monday go?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look as bad as we felt out there. Again, it goes down to execution. It goes down to eliminating the negative plays, the self penalties, whether that's pre-snap or post-snap. This has kind of been a thing all year. Let me say why I've been here. But it's just doing the little things right, making sure that we're detailed and disciplined in all the little things, the X's and O's, the ins and outs of each and every play, and then make sure we can go out there and execute it.
Is it almost more frustrating to find something late in the game and thinking hey, if we could have had this all game, it would have been different?
No, 100%. I mean, you look to find those things that's going to get you in a rhythm, that's going to get you in a flow. When you find that a little late, it's tough. You wish you can go back and do some things, but that's life. Some things you only get one chance at, you only get one shot at. So when that opportunity comes, you got to be able to take advantage of it.
Is there any point in your career that you can equate to what you're going through? Kind of not that you're going through, but that you're experiencing this year in terms of not knowing if you're going to.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, this is definitely a first for me in my lifetime. Spent all 4 years in high school at the same place, spent all 5 years in college at the same place, and then it's just been a whirlwind. But no, this experience has been great for me, both mentally and physically. It's just exciting for the future, obviously, for this team. For everyone, just to be able to grow, to learn from the mistakes that we made and be able to get better.
Sure, there's somebody in your life, an agent, a former player, or a player that tells you, hey, this is a business, and you're going to probably realize that pretty, sooner rather than later. But is that something that just kind of goes along with this business?
Yeah, that's something that you don't really think about till time comes. Like we say, every single day we come in here and we work our butts off to be the best player we can be, not only for that week but for that day individually. And like I said, you can only control what you can control. If you control your attitude, your effort every single day to come in to work hard, everything else should take care of itself.
In your time here, what have you seen as far as the team turning the page after every loss, every week, kind of get ready for that next game?
There's nothing that's hanging around. We usually put that stuff to rest, whether it's Monday after the game. Then in this case, I came in yesterday and today, putting it to rest. But it's a team that fights, a team that doesn't give up. I'm not going to say I've been on a team, obviously, because I've only been on 3, but, you hear about it as soon as they figure out they're out of the playoffs, either teams tank or teams give up or, whatever it is. That's not this team. We've just found ourselves in unforeseen circumstances that, we haven't been able to come out with a W each and every week. But what doesn't change is the work ethic coming in the next day. The work ethic coming in throughout the week of, preparing to go out there and win another game, preparing to go out there and play your best football. And, that's what this team does really well is just come back, show up, ready to work.
Are those traits that can transfer, that you can move forward with if you're looking for something positive or something encouraging to build onto the future?
Yeah, I mean, those are obviously all positive traits. You never want to focus on negative traits, only the positive. And you just try to, we always say it, bring someone else with you. If you're working on something, have someone else work on something with you. Whatever it is, mentally or physically, whether it's on the field or in the classroom, don't just do it by yourself. Bring someone else with you, and that's not only going to help you, but help the team as well.
It seems like from afar, I don't know the details, I guess, but you and Aidan have a pretty good relationship. How important is that for right now where it's somebody's hurt, you don't know who's going to play, this kind of back and forth situation? How important is it to have a good relationship?
Yeah, that's huge. Throughout high school and college and in the pros, I've been in competition quarterback rooms and one of my high school coaches, Dave Nurnberg, he once told us, that the competition brings out the best in everyone, and you got to have healthy competition. That's how I felt like I've been throughout my whole life. I've never made it to where, we were going to walk into work every single day and, you have a disdain or a dislike for the person that you got to sit across from every single week. So I've made it, my pride to just go in there every single day, and it doesn't matter who it is, to be friends with, because I know at the end of the day, he's got my back and I got his. So, we just want to work as one because, like I said, if I'm helping him, he's helping me. That means we're making each other better and helping the team.
You spoke on getting one shot to prove yourself, but what would it mean to you to get another opportunity to be able to maybe write some of the things that you did that you want to perfect as an athlete?
Yeah, obviously we know this game isn't going to be perfect. We obviously strive for perfection. For me, it's just going out there and just, making the little things easy. Just going out there, just completing some of those passes, just being able to, like we said, get in the rhythm, get things going early, put points on the board. I don't know what the exact first half stats were. I know on both sides of the ball or both sides of the offense for both teams, it wasn't very well. But, when I look at my success, it's not necessarily what I do individually, but what we may do as the offense. And that doesn't even mean, ending in a touchdown. But and that 3rd and 6 on the -45, not taking a sack to, get you out of range or whatever it may be. But, just throwing the ball away on that 3rd and 6 to let AJ go be able to pin him within the 5. So it's little things like that where, it's not necessarily individually, but as a team, we just want to be better at.
Desmond, what do you think maybe has to happen to get Jacoby Myers more involved coming up? You guys weren't able to really target him until later in the game around the 3rd quarter. What were the Falcons kind of doing to do that to Jacoby?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, I think the Falcons pretty much played their game. They didn't go double Jacoby or anything like that. Like I said after the game, our focus and main thing was, we wanted to set the tone with the run game. We want to get the run game going, set the tone with that, and that was something that we struggled with a little bit. Obviously, then we got into the passing game there into the 3rd and 4th quarter, being down, figuring that we have to. And, we're able to find them, getting them the ball, a couple things. But no, Scott does a great job of being able to scheme things up, getting Jacoby the ball. And then he does a great job by himself just getting open and finishing with catches. The one late in the game where he I think it was 31, punched it out right there at the end. The ball's here. If the ball's 6 inches outside, Jacoby probably comes down with it. So those are the little things that I look back on is that, I could have done that better. I could have got the ball 6 inches outside. Even though it looked like it hit him straight in the face, but on the out route, we went outside instead of on the body. You know what I mean? So it's little things like that where that takes a catch away from Kobe.
What have you thought of Amir Abdullah lately? You guys found a connection there late in the game, got the touchdown, and he's been playing well the last couple.
Yeah, Amir's one of those guys, like I said, who comes in and works every single day. I think he's in year 10, I want to say it is. But, no, he came up to us a couple weeks ago in the team meeting, kind of offensive unit, whatever it was, and, he just gave us a message of, you never know when it's going to be your last one. You can't ever take anything for granted. And, he was, kind of out. Make him feel, but he's one of those old head moments right there of, just don't take anything for granted. And every time he steps on that field, he plays every play as if it's his last. And you see that out there on Sunday. You see that out there throughout the week. The mental preparation, the physical preparation, he's one of the best.
Desmond, there hasn't been many times this year where the team actually had a chance late in the game to actually go win. What was the mood in the huddle?
I don't know about that. I don't know if we can say that. I mean,
yeah. What was the mood in the huddle at the end of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was to go win. Our defense got a great stop. Obviously, we wish we, didn't have that roughing the passer penalty. That's up in the air and everything. But no, our defense gave us an opportunity to be able to go out there and win the game. We ran a couple 2-minute plays right there. Then Tuck did a great job of getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. And it gave us an opportunity. Like I said, there's 10 seconds left on the clock. We were able to get the 2 Hail Mary plays up. You go back and look at that last play. The boys were pretty tired on that one. But no, like I said, at the end of the day, if you have a chance, you have a chance. And that's what we had.
In deliverable places, I was just curious, how do you work on that? How does that on the Hail Mary?
No, most of the Hail Marys, are usually set at the same place. I'll say league round, but, football round, when you got jumpers like that, you want to have one jumper, kind of somewhere in the middle of the end zone around 5 yards, and people kind of just scattered all around. So, it's one of those instances of, for me, you're on the 35 and you think it's a Hail Mary, so you think you got to put everything into it. But in reality, you don't. So it's really just, it's just something, it's just playing catch. Guys are in a spot, you just kind of try to put it in that spot.
How long did it feel like the ball was in the air?
It actually didn't feel like, it didn't feel like an actual Hail Mary there. And then, like I said, that the very last play, I tried to buy as much time as I could. And when I was about to let the ball go, the boys were about 15 on the 15-yard line. So I was like, if I let this go now, are they going to get there? If I had just put a little bit more air on it, if I just bought another second, I think Jacoby gets there and he's able to, jump a little bit higher. Obviously, like I said, he was dog tired. But, I think he's able to make a play on it.
Guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And saw you go through the workout on Monday night, and I know that you always got to abide by what the medical says, but did you feel like you were pretty close, and how disappointing was it that you couldn't quite get to the finish line there?
Yeah, obviously you hope to play in any game, and just kind of a tough week in general, not being able to prep really in order to play, and so, just obviously wish I could have been out there, but, I think we're moving on to this week.
You got out there to practice. Sorry about that. You got out there to practice. How'd you feel today?
Felt great. Yeah, it felt really good. It's always fun just being out there with the guys again, and yeah, body felt great.
What is it that you're looking for physically as you go through this week of practice now to make sure you're ready to go Sunday?
Yeah, I think I'm feeling good enough already right now to play, and so just getting ready really like a normal week. Just making sure staying up on treatment, and yeah, I feel really good.
Is it your mindset right now? You are going to start.
That's my mindset. Yeah, and you go into any game just hoping you're going to start and preparing like that.
Jacoby has had a record drop rate percentage this season. What do you think that says about Jacoby Myers and what allows him to perform?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of it.
Jacoby Myers, he's had like a record drop rate this year. Maybe no drops at all on the season with about 95 to 100 targets. Why do you think he's able to perform like that? And just thoughts on Jacoby?
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. I think Jacoby does a great job, even in walkthroughs, into practice, in the pre-practice. Really, anytime he's catching the football, he treats it like it's a game. And as our wide receiver coach EB would say, pluck and tuck. And so he does that on every single rep. It's pretty incredible. And I think he takes the game seriously. And like I said, in walkthroughs and in practice, I think it definitely translates. A little intimidated by his QB skills for sure. I don't know what his rating is. I know it's pretty good though. And every time he throws it, I do cringe a little bit because I'm like, I might not have a job. So, yeah.
Talk about be where your feet are planted. Is that in a season like this where so much has been out of your control, including the health? Is that more pronounced than ever? Just kind of focus on the next day or the next rep.
Yeah, I think when opportunities are taken from you for whatever reason, I think you do learn to appreciate the different opportunities you're given. So, yeah, definitely learning to not take for granted anything, and even just being out there for a day of practice. I haven't got to do that very much this season. It's felt like, so I'm trying to take advantage of that.
Obviously, a team that's in a very similar situation to you guys in terms of record-wise. What's jumping out on them that you're seeing from tape over the last couple of weeks on the defense?
Yeah, obviously got some really good players up front. The kind of defense kind of starts with them, and then smart guys in the secondary and at the linebacker position. So they got playmakers at all three levels, and just I think like anything, trying to do my job well, get the ball to my hands, and get in our playmakers' hands is going to be the goal.
To me, like the kind of guy like with a chip on your shoulder, but I mean, in some ways, because of all the things that you've been through this season, have you kind of felt that pressure to get back on the field and really kind of chomping at the bit to play this week?
Yeah, I think I definitely have watched a lot more than I wanted to this year from the sideline or from wherever, and so it's definitely been frustrating not being on the field. I think I learned a lot in high school and in college, both having to kind of sit on the bench for a while and wait my turn. Definitely taught me patience, but at the same time, I think I know what it's like to have to work and when you're not out there and maybe not be able to see the progress day by day, but just kind of have to trust the process.
You're not selfish, but these are important 3 games maybe for you because of what you've missed. How important do you feel like this is to seize this moment over these last 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think I look at it more in the long view than just that. I think if you just live game by game, I think that's a dangerous place to be. And so, I'm definitely going to focus and make it a 1-game season. But there's a lot of football to be played, I hope, in the rest of my career. So I'm, just taking the opportunity as it is. And I think when you put too much pressure on yourself, you put yourself in a bad position. So just going to lock in and focus on this week, and whatever's to come after that, I'll worry about it later.
From a personal standpoint, when you hear all the talk about the Raiders need a quarterback in the draft, how do you take that?
Yeah, again, something I've said before. I think competing is, I'm more used to that than would just be if I was the unquestioned starter, and so it's really nothing new. It's been at really every phase of my life I've been through it, and I think it's just made me a better player in the end. And so, whatever challenge comes forward, I'm looking forward to it, and you don't get to play the game for that long, so. You might as well take any challenges you can head on and run with it.
What was Desmond said earlier that you were kind of giving us a couple months ago about any game could be your last, and go out there in every single game. I mean, you guys understand that already, but when you guys say things like that, how much does that resonate in the locker room?
Yeah, I think it means a lot coming from players, and I think obviously Amir is in year 10, and he's just doing an awesome job. And I think for Amir, his work and his play on the field is really how he does a great job of leading us, and also just a great personality, great locker room guy. But Amir does a great job. Really, he's been through a lot of different systems, been in a lot of organizations that, he's able to see things, I think, in a more mature way than a lot of others. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.